first before you can start talking about that, because actually everyone in life needs to learn how to make decisions for life. And that's why I think, I really think CDF is such an important framework for everyone. Doesn't matter how old are you. Doesn't matter. Okay. So this is the way I connect to CDF, because it's real. We talk about something really important in your life. We are not talking about degree you can get. We're talking about a real meat that can help you to grow in life, which then in turn will help you to grow professional in your career. So up to now, I've been very enthusiastic about this whole idea. And of course I know, as Hisam said, this needs time to develop and be accepted by more people and know what it's all about. Because it's so nature that most of people doesn't think it's unique. But to some degree, as I just said earlier, it's so unique. Because we lose the common sense through our formal education. We lost the common sense. It's a serious problem. And now I think the CDF is how do we get to the basic common sense in life. And with everybody's involvement, we can recreate a healthy, growing experience. Everybody can grow together. Okay. And the third thing that, my own experience in the past 20 years, actually, to some degree, even though it's not fully CDF style, but my own experience changing from a research scientist to a businessman. Such transformation actually needs a lot of CDF kind of growing. And actually I met a lot of good friends and mentors help me go through this, which actually mimics a lot of similarity to CDF. Okay, so for example, when I start my business, I really know very little about business. But I never go to even one course in business school. I have to learn through other ways. Okay? And with the same, this is the challenge for me, because at that time I still have a full-time research career to develop. I cannot afford to spend another full-time to taking business school. So what I learned about business actually is just by talking to people. Talking to people who have some business, maybe accounting background. Talk to people with financial background. Talk to people with some importing goods experience. Talking to people who knows how to get all related business issues. And fortunately enough, those people, my friends, are so generous to share and talking to me, which I learned and so accumulate. And eventually, that's how I start building some important common sense about business. Again, this is not from formal education. And to my surprise, I didn't know whether this is how it happened or not, but in reality, all my managers in my company, none of them come from business background. That's another interesting thing. None of my managers in my company actually coming from business background. we only use a very simple principle. Common sense. Common sense. And the question value. And because of that, everyone want to learn, want to grow. And whatever we have challenge, we put every question, every challenge on the table and open discussion. And everyone try to find the best way to do it. And once we make a conclusion based on the decision, and then we go forward. And that's what I found. To some degree, it's a very CDF-like, even though we don't have that term. Okay, we don't have that term, but actually it's very CDF-like. That's why I like, I believe the style and the structure of CDF, there's a lot of potential to grow, to develop, and eventually will benefit to all the people involved. Yeah, so I think I use this opportunity using my own experience, how I transform myself from a research scientist into a businessman. Actually through this very informal but very natural way of growth. That's how I feel. I really like this CDF, and I hope we can get more and move forward. Okay, that's about it.
Thank you. Now, let's get